What's up guys, it's Brad from Light Architect here with another Blender scene breakdown from our CityBuilder 3D trailer. Today I'm going to be breaking down this shot where the camera pushes through some foreground elements out of focus and shows some city elements in the background. It's a fairly quick setup, similar to some of the other scenes that I've shown you in the past, but still hopefully a cool breakdown regardless. Anyways guys, let's get started. Here we are inside of Blender and this is our basic scene setup. This scene again is comprised of three elements. First we have our background plate, which again is pretty much a picture of a sky or a city background that you want to use as your background image deep in the background. To do this, you just find or shoot an image you want to put in your background and project it onto a plane or geometry of some sort, and then you make that material into an emission shader so that it's simply a plate in your scene. The second aspect of this scene is our ground plane that we have some of the smaller CityBuilder 3D derelict future assets distributed across that. Again, like I showed in the past video, to do this, what you do is you import a few of the assets into your scene that you want to use on a particle system on a plane. Then you group those 3D assets together into a collection, and then you make a plane, create a particle system on that plane, and then distribute that collection across it so that it creates a base layer for your city. The next step we took in setting up our scene was importing some of the larger derelict future assets and placing them more specifically in different parts of our scene. Alright, so one aspect of this shot that sets it apart from a few of the other renders that we have is the foreground building that is out of focus as the camera pushes past it. And if I just open up a new window here, we can look through our camera and see what our original scene setup is. So as you can see, we have one of our taller background buildings, then we have one of the buildings on the particle plane, and then our foreground building that is almost entirely out of focus. To make your camera focus on only specific elements in your scene, what you want to do is you want to select the camera, and then you want to go to the camera properties tab here. Then you want to go down to the depth of field and make sure that it is checked. Then what you can do here is under focus object, you can choose which building you want the camera to focus on at any given time. In this case, we've chosen the camera to focus on this background element right here. If instead we wanted the camera to focus on our foreground element, we would get rid of the background element, choose our picker tool here, and then select whatever building we want it to focus on, for example, the foreground element. And now the camera is only going to focus on the foreground element right here. There are other aspects of the camera you can change to change the amount of blur in the depth of field. The main one I would recommend playing with would be the f-stop. Essentially, the larger the f-stop, the more objects you will have in focus in your scene, and the larger your f-stop, the more shallow the focus is going to be. For this specific shot, I chose an f-stop of 5.6, which gave a pretty cool and nice looking blurry foreground effect. In compositing this shot, as usual, I rendered out a mist path so we could add a layer of atmosphere in a very systematic way, and then of course we added a final color grade to bring everything together. For the lighting in this shot, I've added 3 suns to our scene with an intensity of 1.8, and I've warmed up those suns a little bit to create a more sunlight feel, and then I've added a sky environment to the scene as well to match the ambience in the background plate more effectively. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. As always, feel free to leave any comments if you have any questions or suggestions in the comment section below. Let us know what you want to see next. We hope you enjoy these breakdowns. We hope you enjoy CityBuilder 3D, and I'll see you guys next time.